What's up, YouTube? It's Kenny again. Sitting here at a truck stop, bobtail in Iowa. They made me leave the property so they could load my trailer. Some kind of fucked up ass rules they got. And I wanted to make a video about our first deposit into the M1 Finance account for the YouTube money and stuff. First of all, I just want to say I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a truck driver driving across the country, researching and trading stocks, and I will not be held responsible for any moves you make in the stock market. Not ever. I'm not your mama, all right? Hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave me a comment below, let me know what you think, and join the fucking Patreon, guys. Links in the description. So I made some changes to the M1 Finance Pie. You know, I made a video a while back talking about what I'd put in it, and I've been thinking about it and playing with it, and this is where we've ended up. I'm going to list off the stocks and the percentages. We ended up right now with 12 stocks in the pie, and the first deposit is YouTube only. I have not taken a payout from the Patreon accounts yet. It's $196. It was my payment I just got from YouTube, okay, and that's across 2 channels. And here's where we're at, okay. I'm going to list these off based on the percentages that they are represented in the pie. Okay, so at 10% we have ARC-K and ARC-G. There's 10% in Hyliion, 10% in Lordstown Motors, and 10% in Tesla. Okay, so these are the ones that have the largest weight percentage wise in the pie. Okay, and then we have a bunch that are at 8%. At 8% we have Enphase, Facebook, Nvidia, ChargePoint, and I was able to get or actually that's 5, and TAN, T-A-N, that's a solar ETF. So I've put several ETFs in here as a way to diversify but still be targeted. So I've got that TAN, T-A-N, is a solar ETF, and then obviously ARC-K and ARC-G are the ARC Innovation Fund and the ARC Genomics Fund. Okay, and then at 5% we have, I was able to get SOXL. I was looking at it incorrectly, so that's a triple leverage semiconductor fund. So we've got 5% going into that and 5% going into Corsair Gaming. So that's where we're sitting with the M1 Finance. Now, one thing I've discovered that I don't particularly care for is that when I say yes, buy the pie, it does not buy the pie immediately. It's telling me that there are, now that I've joined the M1 Pro or whatever it is, it was free for a year. There's 2 different trade windows. You can trade at 8:30 a.m. or at 2 p.m. I don't particularly care for that, guys. I want it to buy when I say buy, but I'm still going to stick with it. It's going to make these first trades, the $196, into spread out across these stocks at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Okay, I don't particularly care for that. Okay, the market may go way up in the pre-market and buy at the wrong time. I don't particularly care for that about this M1 Finance, but I do like the pie. I like it a lot, guys, being able to designate percentages and build a pie. I mean, it's a really great feature, so it might be worth the trade-off. We're going to do it for a while, see how it works out. So once again, that's going down the list here. ARC-K is 10%, ARC-G is 10%, Enphase is 8%, Facebook is 8%, Hyliion is 10%, Lordstown Motors is 10%, Nvidia is 8%, Tesla 10%, Corsair Gaming 5%, ChargePoint 8%, SOXL 5%, and TAN is 8%. So that's what all the YouTube money is going to be going into for the foreseeable future. Now, it's possible I might create another pie, and we might go into that one sometimes. I do like the pie thing, so I may play with it and see where we end up. If we get more people in the Patreon, I may make some kind of a way to let the patrons participate in how we distribute it, or maybe work on the creation of a new pie. But so far we don't have very many people on the Patreon. I do appreciate the patrons, guys. I do appreciate you guys, but as I said in the beginning, we're not going to create some secret back channel with the Patreon. Just, if you like the content, if you're enjoying following me, consider joining it, all right? A couple dollars a month, it all goes into this pie until we perhaps create another pie. I believe I'm going to go ahead and set it to pay out on it's the 1st through the 5th or something like that of next month. I have 2 channels, so this is the money from both channels. They both have Patreons associated with them, so it's the money from both Patreons that'll be going in. The YouTube payout was a little bit smaller than expected, because like when I really started hitting it hard on my other channel and reviving it, it just hadn't really caught up to the payout. So going forward, I expect the YouTube payouts to be a little bigger, and that'll increase the amount that we're able to contribute to this pie. And hopefully the Patreons will continue to grow. The Patreon on the other channel is doing really well. Not very many people in there, but much larger pledges than what we have for the patrons over here. And I'm not complaining, I'm just kind of explaining what's going on. So really, technically, I'm probably making money more off of the other channel than I am off of this one. It just is what it is, but it's all going into this same pie. So yeah, consider joining the Patreon. Support the channel however, you know what I mean? Just keep watching, maybe catch a live stream, throw me a super chat so we can get more going into this. I'm looking forward to seeing how this pie works out, seeing how it grows, and I hope you guys will stick around and pay attention to it with me. So the market today, kind of red, for me, the stocks that I'm in, kind of red. And I wanted to mention that somebody had commented that Enphase had dropped because of missing earnings. They absolutely did not miss earnings. Enphase beat earnings big time. It was their guidance. Basically, the semiconductor shortage, I believe, is kind of dragging them down along with a lot of other companies. So they're like kind of caught up in that whole deal, and they're expecting a little bit less in their guidance for the next quarter, and I believe that's what's drugged them down. Their earnings were fantastic. They beat by quite a bit expectations on their earnings. Tesla, I'm really not sure why they've dropped, but it'll be back. And Hyliion doing well. I mean, it's up 3% today. It's pushing $11, pushing up on $11. I know a lot of you guys are in way higher than that. But that's pretty close to my cost basis. I believe I've got it down to around $11.50 in the Roth. So we're creeping back up on being in the green for my purposes in the Hyliion. In the Roth, I believe my cost basis is a little bit higher in the Webull. NGA, somebody talking about NGA. I am up like $2 on NGA, the one share that I have. Hamster man, I'm sure you're glad about that, but I only have one share of it. OEG was kind of coming up. It's back down some today. Lordstown it's holding up above $10, so that's good. It's just going to take some time, and I've heard several people talk about estimates of when they think that things are going to cycle back around to growth stocks. And I've heard people say anywhere from a month or two to September, October, but eventually things are going to come back around to these growth stocks. And so the more we can pick up now, the better. Now, it's going to be still a minute. This tooth, spending money to get the tooth pulled and having to go back to Fort Worth early has slowed me down yet again on what I can deposit into my accounts. It really sucks, guys, but it is what it is. I can only put in there what I can put in there. We're still up on the Roth IRA. The cash account is down by about $300, and just waiting on things to turn around and waiting to finally get an opportunity to dump some more money into these accounts, guys. I believe they've got my APU sorted out this time, and so hopefully I'll be able to stay out the full 4 to 6 weeks this time and have some money to put in pretty soon. I can only do what I can do, you know what I mean? But anyway, so thanks for watching, guys. Keep an eye out for the updates on this M1 Finance Pie on the YouTube money, and consider contributing to it yourself by joining the Patreon, hitting some live streams, and throwing me a super chat, or just continuing to watch the videos. I appreciate all your support, and thanks for watching.